y'all? It's your girl, Kiara Shanice, and I am back with more All American talk. I know. I was talking mad shit about All American, but the season they got good. Season 4 they got good. So I'm gonna pick back up. Pick back up where I left off. Anyway, let me get into this video. Okay, so we on season what? 4. They like 3 episodes in, y'all. I've been I've been going through some shit, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I've been going through some shit with school and just everything, life, period. But that's another video for another day. We all know that episode 1 was pretty much like a filler episode. It really did nothing happen in it. So all I'm gonna say about episode 1 is we was anticipating. We didn't know if Coop was living or what. Did she make it? Did she not? So episode 1, they kind of teased us. At one point, you thought, okay, maybe she may have made it, and then they was like talking, and then you're probably like, damn, did she make it or did she die? So we finally cut through the bull. We found out she actually made it through her surgery, but she was in a coma, and they weren't sure if she was gonna wake up. Long story short, Coop, we see that she actually did wake up out of her coma and she's alive. Everybody's happy. Blase, blase. That was pretty much the gist of episode 1. Yeah, also Layla. We come to find out that Carrie drove Layla to a cliff, and she was wanting to do like a little suicide pact or whatever with Layla and jump off. And Layla was like, hold up, my life is not all that great, but I want to live. I'm trying to stay alive. I'm not sure what you thought. I don't know if I gave you the wrong impression, but I want to live. And yeah, Carrie, she almost jumped. Layla talked her off of a ledge. And yeah, we really didn't get too much. Yeah, we really didn't get too much of that. Episode 2, Coop then got herself early released from the hospital without the doctor's orders. And she trying to get in the studio. She trying to, do rap and do her thing, because we all know she actually left school early and got her GED to pursue her rap career. And it kind of sucks, because that's all she wanted to do in life. And now she don't think she can, do it anymore. What else in episode 2? Oh, Billy. Billy is still mad at Spencer. He like really like big mad at Spencer over some shit that Jordan decided to do, which makes no sense because both of them boys is almost grown. Spencer ain't make Jordan do nothing. Jordan didn't make Spencer do nothing. Vice versa. So if you gonna have matter of fact, keep the same energy for both of them. How about that? Keep the same energy for both of them. But Billy, I don't know what's going on, and that's kind of interfering a bit with Spencer and Liv's relationship, because she feeling like, okay, you really need to talk to him, because this don't make no sense. What you got going on, it ain't adding up. The math ain't mathing. Anyway, also Layla, she is having dreams, nightmares, PTSD about that, almost getting snatched off of a cliff. And shit, I don't blame her. So her dad, he's just watching her like a hawk. He's just watching her like a hawk. Everywhere she goes, he's there, and she's kind of like, back up off of me. I can't breathe. I'm going through what I'm going through. She really don't want to say that, but it got to the point where she actually just had to come out and be like, look, back up off of me. I can't breathe. I can't take this. And long story short, they finally come to a realization that they have an issue. Layla and her dad, their relationship is all trash. And she, they had to have that hard conversation. She let him know, I really don't feel safe with you, like, cause I pretty much she been raising herself. Her dad, we all know he's a businessman. He has a record label and artist, and he has to be out of town a lot. And that kind of sucks because that leaves Layla home alone. And yeah, every time she was home alone, she a child. She need. I know we like to see Layla as this kind of like grown up type of teenager, but when it's all said and done, she is just that, a child who needs her parent or her father, because her mother has gone on to be with the Lord. But she needed her dad, and he wasn't there for her, and that you know, kind of killed her trust or broke the trust that she had with her dad because she felt like he ain't there for her. He can't protect her. And I understand where she's coming from with that. And in that hard conversation that they had, Layla decides that she can't stay there. She can't live there with her daddy. She don't feel safe. So I guess they took it upon themselves to ask Miss Laura Baker, could she come and stay with them for a while? And that was pretty much the gist of the first couple of episodes. And we really gonna get into episode 3, the one that just aired. Yeah, anyway, like I was saying, we really get into the thick of it on episode 3. And it starts off with Spencer. He gets a visit from the head coach of Toledo, I think Toledo State University. And he's there to actually offer him a starting position as a true freshman for this spring, which is actually in 2 weeks. And being that Spencer is still in high school, he was like, okay, that's all sweet and all, but I haven't even graduated from high school. Come to find out, the principal, the coach, Spencer's mom, they all got the paperwork together. And since he's doing so great in school, we all know Spencer's not just a star on the field, he's a star in the classroom as well. So he actually has the grades and the credits to actually graduate early and go on to Toledo State if that's what he wants. And he's kind of, clearly he wants to go, but it's high school, it's graduation. He had so much planned. Him and Olivia, they are actually, they waited for this moment, and it kind of has to get rushed. So he has something to think about. The coach lets him know that I'll be here till tomorrow morning, and I'll stop by now, and you can give me your answer then. And we still got Billy. He's still being a douchebag. He's still being a douchebag to Spencer, because Spencer, he went to school the next day. Yeah, I'm not even sure it was the next day. I think it was the same day. Yeah, he went to school and he told coach, he was like, I heard you signed off on, the paperwork for me to, leave early and all this, that, and the third. And Billy was just like, he being hella dry, like, yeah, you deserve it, that's what's up. And that kind of hurt Spencer's feelings a little bit. I can see it, because I'm thinking he was hoping to get a different response from coach. So yeah, Billy still being a little bitc about that. And we get Layla, she and Coop, they having a little something going on. So Layla, she's been trying to reach out to Coop, and Coop's been blowing her off about studio sessions, and they need to finish this album. So she reaches out to Preach and like, hey, you her manager, so I'm talking to you. We need to get her in here to finish this, see what's going on. And Preach, he already knowing. Coop then went around and told everybody that would listen that she ain't really doing music no more. Everybody knows but Layla. So Preach, that ain't his place to tell her. So he pretty much just going along to get along until he can get back and tell Coop, look, you need to handle your business, because I ain't got time to be summoned to no studio about music that you're not even doing. You need to handle that. I got bigger and better things to do. And yeah, we get to see Coop's not Coop. We get to see Preach's little girl, and that little girl something else. She is asking questions about who shot her mama. She wanna know. And they brushing it off, whatever. We gonna get back to that towards the end of the episode. What else? Oh, Jordan. Jordan, come to find out, he's so excited. You know, he's been playing his heart out. I mean, doing everything right. I mean, whatever Spencer did, it must have worked because ever since he trained with Spencer after that second concussion, he's been A1 on top of his game. So he's concerned because he hadn't heard anything back from any of the other schools, you know, like the other players had. And he's like, I ain't heard nothing. Like, he was getting kind of worried, and Billy was just letting him know, like, you know what, it just, you know, I think he kind of knew, but he just didn't want to kill Jordan's spirit. He was like, just give it a little more time. Some gonna fall through. But come to find out, he went to see Coach Montez to actually ask her to play him in the dang, what was it, the All-Star games? I think, yeah, the All-Star games. Correct me if I'm wrong. And she was letting them know, yeah, I can probably put you in towards the second quarter. And they got him pumped. He was like, yes, yes. And she had to, you know, break it to him and let him know, like, look, I'm not really sure how much this gonna help you as far as the offers, you know, coming in. You hadn't heard back from anybody yet. And we find out that they actually have been talking to Coach Montez, and nobody really wants to touch Jordan right now because he's a senior in high school. He's had 2 concussions, so they really not trying to fool with him like that. And she just had to let him know, like, I'm sorry, like, they not really trying to bet on you like that because you had 2 concussions and that's not a good look. So they kind of crushed his little spirit and whatnot. And what else? What else we got? Ooh, 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 ooh. Grace. And Jordan, he ended up, you know, going to talk to his dad about it over at Crenshaw. And as he was in there, you know, talking about, you know, how the schools, they kind of didn't really want to fool with him, Billy was just letting them know maybe you should consider going to, like, you know, one of the smaller schools and playing for them and, you know, getting your foot in the door there. That would be your best bet. And as they, you know, talking and just wrapping up their conversation, Grace comes in and she lets Billy have it because she didn't got wind that Billy is, you know, treats Spencer like a stepson. And she came in there and she let him have it. She was like, look, you need to fix this between you and Spencer because this here, what you got going on, this ain't gonna fly. So she kind of got to Billy. And we see later on, you know, later on in the scene, he called a meeting with all of his senior players and he presented them with the Crenshaw, what was it? He presented them with the team rings. Yeah, being that they technically they won, but they didn't. They lost, you know, from a bad call. So he got team rings made and he engraved on the inside of the rings, we won, and he got that for them. And he was, that was pretty much his apology to Spencer. And he was just letting everybody know, pretty much talking to Spencer, saying that, you know, you boys are family, we are family, and don't ever forget that. I'm gonna always be more than a coach. And you know, Spencer felt that. He was like, yeah, okay, I get that was for me. So hopefully this is the end of the beef that Billy got with Spencer because he know he was dead as wrong for what he was doing to him. And we get to what's the girl? Layla. She runs into Asher at the little cafe that they go to, and they was talking, chilling, hanging out. I'm thinking Layla was meeting a new client there, if I'm not mistaken. So she ended up booking her new client. Asher was there with her. They go back to the studio to celebrate. They ended up hooking up. I can honestly say I really didn't see that coming, and it's kind of, I don't know, child. These high school kids, like, I don't know, these high school kids more grown up than me. In my damn 30s, they just swapping out men and just doing all this. But her and Usher, they got together, they hooked up. And, as friends, they hooked up as friends. We're going to see where that goes, because I don't know if I mentioned, I think it was either in episode 1 or 2, Jordan and Layla, they, I don't know, I felt a little chemistry between them two, so, oh, shoot, I forgot about Simone, never mind. But, yeah, so her and Ashley, they hooked up, and Ashley was just really congratulating on her being Layla 2.0 and how she just, how she really out here taking care of her business and letting him know, being an inspiration to him that, if you can do this, I can too. And he was like, especially since, you lost Coop and all of that. And she was like, what? Lost Coop? So, yeah, he let the cat out of the bag. So, Layla, she got the tea from Asher that Coop has quit music. And her and Coop finally did meet up. And Coop coming in, looking all sad. Let me see if I can do the face. I can't even do it. She coming in looking all sad, trying to apologize. And Layla was like, nope, cut the book. I'm not really trying to hear it. I got you just sign right here. Sign on that line. Because I thought we was friends. If we was friends, you would have told me this. You got me out here putting my ass on the line, putting my label on the line, paying for studio time, paying for this, paying for that. And the whole time, you knew that you were not going to come through or show up. You had me out here making promises that you knew I couldn't keep, making me look bad, putting me and my business at risk. So, no, we are not friends, because friends don't do that. And she was like, it's all right, because I already found somebody to finish your album. And Coop was like, but that's my music. And that's when the Keaton jumped up out of Layla. She was like, no, that is my music. So you can go ahead on inside, and our business is done. And Coop signed the papers, and that was that. And we're going to get to the end, towards the end of the episode. Preach and Coop, they was talking at the little spot back in Crenshaw that they go to. Looks like a little poetic spot. And they was just talking about everything that was going on. And she came, they apologized because they had their little spat about, the whole situation with Layla. And Preach was there with his little girl. And she still want to know. She still want to know what happened to her mama. She is a true gangster to her. Her daddy was a gangster. Her mama was a gangster. Uncle was a gangster. And she was like, look, if you ain't trying to tell me what happened, I'm going to find out on my own. She all on Google looking up, the crime scene and whatnot. And Coop, she said that she was like, you need to handle that, because she really need to know. You need to really talk to her and figure out what's going on, because she gonna get herself in trouble. So that's it for that, y'all. I'm looking forward to the next episode that's coming out, and I'm gonna try to get the review out on that. So I'm gonna drop it when I drop it. But let me know what y'all think about All Americans so far. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Boo yeah.